everyone, welcome back to MrGameBoy, and today we're going to be talking about a whole new game that is soon to be announced, which I have talked a bit about last podcast, which before you do watch this video, please do, if you are a fan of Spider-Man and you want to see some sequel leaks, teasers, please do check out last week's podcast of Spider-Man the sequel for the PS5. Now, guys, before we do begin, please do subscribe, turn that notification bell, and like the video. As today we're going to be talking about Batman Arkham Legacy, and that is what it's said to be called. Now, it definitely may not be called that, but it is going to be a new Batman game. So we're going to be looking at 15 leaks and teasers that you guys need to know. Now, I do want to give a quick shout out to whatculture.com that I found this source from. Again, it will be linked down below in the description. And what else is there to say? Let's get right into it. So, the first piece of news I do want to talk about is it's most likely going to be a reboot. Now, before I do go any further, please do just take this like a grain of salt. Take it as though this may be true, this might not be true. But this game is actually meant to come out the end of this year. Now, I don't know if that is going to happen, but if it does, that will be honestly epic. Now, also, if you are wondering when this game is going to be revealed and announced, it is rumored to be announced next month in June. So this is most likely going to be a soft reboot to the Batman Arkham generation. So I do want to talk about this is not going to be by WB Rocksteady, as we've seen the trilogy of Batman Arkham Asylum, City, and Night. Now, this is actually going to be made by WB Montreal, which has recently, well not recently, about a couple years ago, 7-8 years ago, they did create the Batman Arkham Origins, which no one's really a fan of, but in my opinion, it's not bad of a game, so hopefully it will be really cool. So, it's going to be a reboot. It's probably, my guess, my theory is, it will be, like, starting again from after Arkham Origins. As they say, it's a soft reboot. I don't know yet, but that's just the leak. Now, the next teaser / leak I do want to talk about is Nightwing, Robin, and Batgirl will be playable. So, as you did know from, if you didn't know, the previous Rocksteady Batman Arkham game, which is the Batman Arkham Knight, you could actually play as Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl all in, Robin was a playable character in the story, and then the other two characters were playable in DLC. So that was pretty cool. I'm not sure if these guys will be a huge part of the series, and maybe they're gonna be like pulling Batman away and having these three characters as more of backup, maybe more levels will be playable with them. I'm not too sure, but I think it does sound epic. As we go to the next leak, it will be apparently the largest open world Gotham yet. So as we know, the past games were pretty big. Arkham Asylum was pretty small because it was just Arkham as the island, and Arkham Knight was massive. We got the drivable vehicle as the Batmobile, and that was awesome. But this is going to be a bigger map, apparently, so I cannot wait what they've got in store for us there. Now, this is going to be really, really unusual, something that I thought Batman has never had. There will be a day and night cycle. Now, I feel like this day and night cycle, I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure if it's true yet, because Batman, as we know, he is meant to be shadowy, dark, and he is meant to be very, very hidden, and he is meant to be flying around in the night, defending Gotham. So I'm not sure about that. What do you guys think down below? As we go to our next teaser, as I've said before, it is made by Warner Bros. Montreal, not Rocksteady. So I'm really happy to see actual Warner Bros. Montreal to have another go at the Batman game. In my opinion, I believe they did quite well on the Arkham Origins, just because it had the original storyline to it and etc. As we go to the next teaser, we have only gone almost halfway. It's set to launch a DC Games universe. So it's quite unusual, but the past few years, people have been saying that we're going to get a cool Superman game from Rocksteady or something cool like that. Now, I don't know how this is going to work. If Superman's from Rocksteady and Batman Arkham, this new one, is from, WB Montreal, how is that going to work? But apparently it may set a DC Games universe, which could be really fun. So I cannot wait to see what they do with that. Now, there is a bunch of information on each of these leaks. I'm not going to go through them. I just want to talk about them, chat, and see what you guys think. As we go to the next, the Damian Wayne project cancelled in favor of this title. So if you have not known, Batman Arkham Knight, apparently, you got to play as Damian Wayne, which was the Robin, and that was like a project they were meant to, I believe they were meant to make a game or something for him. Apparently it's just cancelled. Now, I'm not going to go in depth with this because I'm not really a fan of that Robin. I like Dick Grayson, as Nightwing. That's pretty cool. So as we go to the next one, the Bat Cycle and other vehicles. This is going to be awesome. Now, I'm a bit concerned that they did not say the Batmobile alongside the Bat Cycle. It did say other vehicles, so it must have the Batmobile. Bat Cycle, we have not had a playable, that would be really fun. So I believe the only time we got to use the Bat Cycle was in the that iPad or that iOS game, the Batman, The Dark Knight from the Dark Knight movie, and I actually played that. That was pretty fun. Fun fact. Next is Arkham Legacy as the title. Now, what does that mean? Legacy. I'm not too sure if this is entirely true that the Arkham Legacy is going to be the title, but it is certainly looking like that. It is going that direction. So, next teaser is the roster of villains, and a lot of you guys are probably wondering, what villains will we have in this game? Well, there is a possibility of a massive roster. As we know, we've got such as Joker, Harley Quinzel, Ra's al Ghul, Penguin, Riddler, Dollmaker, I don't even know who Dollmaker is, Clock King, and Black Mask. Now, there have been teasers over the past few months where the main villains will be the Court of Owls, as I'm not sure who wrote the comics, but the Court of Owls are really recent, and apparently they're meant to be the main roster of villains. So I'm not sure. They haven't mentioned it here. Maybe it isn't true with the Court of Owls, but that is pretty cool to know how, I fingers crossed we do get Joker. The release date, as we've talked about, will most likely be fall 2020. I don't know if that's entirely true. We haven't seen an announcement yet, which there is rumors for it to come next month. We haven't seen an announcement yet or anything like that, so I wouldn't be surprised if it will be backed up. So, as we go to the fourth to last teaser, co-op play will be a feature. Now, I do believe one of the Batman games, there was co-op play. Maybe not. Maybe that was just online. I think it was WB Montreal's Arkham Origins. I believe they had an online play where you could verse people online, which was pretty fun, in my opinion. I never really played it, but it looked pretty interesting. As we've seen with the Rocksteady titles of Batman Arkham, we had Mark Hamill as the Joker and Kevin Conroy as Batman. Well, in Arkham Origins, we saw some new actors being Roger Craig Smith and Troy Baker returning. So they're most likely going to go with their same roster of voice actors, which I think they did a fabulous job, in my opinion, so it'll be interesting to see how they encounter those roles once again. Factions trying to capture the night. Now, I'm not going to go in depth of this. I really don't want to read this. They're capture the night. I'm not sure what this has got to do with it. Not going to read it. Check out the website. I believe this might be the new GCPD logo, and I believe GCPD, since it says capture the night, maybe GCPD may be hunting the bat. That's my prediction, but I'm not going to go too into it. So the final teaser that we have is Nemesis system from Middle-earth games to be included. That was a tongue twister there. I really don't know what this is. I could see other games, like I don't even know what this like creature is. It's a great innovation. Middle-earth Shadow Games, and that is the Nemesis system. What do you guys think? I am not sure. I am not sure at all. But whatever you guys think, please do comment down below, as hopefully next week we will have another podcast. So, guys, before we end this video off, please do subscribe, turn that notification bell, like the video, and see you guys next time.